Hello, I'm Blakely Long, CEO of Better QOL. The iHeadache app captures real-time information about your headache that aids you and your physician in making an accurate diagnosis and will help to optimize your treatment plan. Before you begin entering headaches into iHeadache, we recommend that you set up a few preferences. Press the Settings button on the iHeadache toolbar to bring up the screen with options for entering your personal settings. The reports generated from iHeadache can have a name on them. Enter the name you want to appear on your reports. If you don't want a name to appear on your reports, then enter none. It is helpful to record the medications that you take to treat your headache. In order to add medications to your headache, they must first be set up in your medication profile. From the Settings screen, press Medication Profile. To add a medication to your medication profile, press the plus sign on the line that says Add Medication. You will then be taken to the medication list. The most common prescription and over-the-counter medications for headaches are available in iHeadache. At this time, there are no medications for the prevention of headaches in iHeadache. Enter the brand name or generic name of your medication in the search field to try to find your medication, or just scroll down the list. I'm going to search for Imitrex. As you can see, there are several choices. I take the 6 mg sub-Q injection. If your medication has more than one dose, try to find the correct one. Press on the name of the medication that you want to add to view details about the medication, or press the plus sign to add it to your medication profile without viewing the details. The medication details screen shows the form, whether it's a tablet, injection, capsule, etc., the dose, and other information. If this is not the medication that you want to add, press back and go back to the medication list. If this is the medication you want to add, press Add Medication to Profile. You can also search by the generic name. If you put in NAPR, you get two choices with naproxen in the generic name. Trexamet is the medication I want to add. Since I am sure, I will just press the plus sign. To delete medications from your medication profile, press Edit on the medication profile screen and select the medications you want to delete. When you are finished adding medications to your profile, press the Settings button to return to the Settings screen. If your medication is not listed by default in the medication list, you can add a custom medication to your medication profile. Press Custom Medications. Enter the name of the medication, the form, whether it's a capsule, tablet, injection, nasal spray, etc., and the dose. If the medication is specifically prescribed to treat migraines and does not treat any other condition, then press Yes. Otherwise, press No. The reason this is important is that some headache diagnoses are dependent upon the duration of the headache and whether a migraine-specific medication is taken to treat the headache. Press Save when you are finished entering your custom medication, or press Cancel to return without saving. The preferences contain advanced settings that your physician may want to specify. To edit these settings, press Preferences from the Settings screen. The Headache Test Order preference determines whether to analyze your data and decide if your headaches first meet the criteria for tension headache or probable migraine headache. The reason we have this setting is because it's possible for a headache to meet the criteria for both probable migraine and tension headache. Headache experts disagree how these headaches should be considered. According to the most recent definitions from the International Headache Society, the directive is to count these headaches as tension headaches first, but some physicians prefer to count them as probable migraines. Set the preference by choosing to test for tension headaches first or probable migraines first. Ask your physician which he prefers. Next, choose whether to show generic medication names, trade medication names, or both on your reports. Lastly, you will want to set the headache duration rules. You have three choices: ignore the duration, use the duration if entered, or require duration. The official diagnosis of an individual migraine headache is one that either lasts at least 4 hours or goes away when a medication used specifically to treat migraines is taken. For the purpose of tracking or counting your migraines, you can either choose to ignore the duration, so whether the duration is entered or left blank on the headache screen, the duration will be ignored and only the symptoms that you enter will be analyzed to determine the type of headache you have. Or you can choose to use the duration if entered. So if you enter the duration on the headache screen, it will be used along with your symptoms to determine the headache type. If you leave the duration blank, then only your symptoms will be analyzed to determine the headache type. Your third option is to require the duration, and the duration of the headache is required in order to determine the headache type. This means if you leave the duration, the length of your headache field empty in headache entry, iHeadache will not be able to determine what type of headache you're having. Once again, I would ask your physician which one of the 3 settings he prefers.